Okay.
All right, hit us, Mr. DM.
Curse of Strahd.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Okay. So, as we had discussed yesterday, the beginning here, so I'll start off with the introduction. All of you had been approached by a mysterious figure who promised that they knew of a place that would aid in each of your individual journeys. Whether out of desperation or sheer curiosity, you agreed without asking too many questions. They told you of a path off the tradeway between the town of Daggerford and the city of Waterdeep that would lead to a campsite where you could find passage to this place. Following their instructions, you each arrived around midday at the campsite. While each of you noticed the others on the path, you figured at first perhaps it was just coincidence, but it's clear now to all of you that you had all together received the similar
Time out. Your mic is sounding really distorted right now.
It's like fading in the background.
Son of a bitch.
No, it sounds crystal clear now.
Fine now. I think you're just leading away.
Yeah. I think you just have to be swallowing your mic. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Are you ready? So where do we cut out at?
Just repeat that last sentence.
We met up midday somewhere.
Okay, so following their instructions, you each arrived at around midday. While each of you noticed the others on the path, you figured at first it was perhaps just some coincidence, but it's clear now that you all had received a similar invitation. You all come upon a simple campsite with clear signs of recent use. Log stools surround the fire pit, and the smoky ash inside it looks recent. You can find the scrappings of a fireside feast scattered about. So, you're all at this campsite. If each of you'd like to go around now and kind of describe to each other how you appear. Let's start off with you, Kilvin.
Alright. Well, I am tall for a dwarf, about 2 inches taller than your tallest dwarf.
How tall is the tallest dwarf?
Like, I think the highest they usually goes about 4'6". So, like, I'm 5 foot, and that's tall for a dwarf.
Okay.
Dark-skinned, thick Russian accent that I can't do, so you have to pretend for me. Perfect. And wearing a heavy set of armor, carrying a hammer on his back, and a shield. He has a holy symbol on the shield, but it doesn't look like anything most of you recognize. I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. Raidriar.
So you see a medium-height man, about 6 foot maybe, with brown hair that's quite long. Probably haven't gotten a haircut in a while. Tied back into kind of a sort of like Celtic style knot. A very long sword sheathed on the hip. Somewhat tan skin, but not like natural. It's definitely just from being outside a lot. As well as chainmail that's got some fabrics over it.
Okay, Ren.
You see a fairly average height fella, around 6 feet tall, dark hair, facial hair, and seems to be wearing no armor, but has 2 short swords strapped onto his waist. And that's really all you see.
Alrighty, Tux, would you like to describe how you appear?
The person at this campsite is just a small human child wearing poor clothes and completely unarmed.
So, you're all at this campsite, and you do notice on the other side of the campsite seems to be a fairly wide gravel road that leads inwards from the forest and deeper into the forest. So, you're all at this campsite. Seems just to be a simple campsite. What are you all doing?
There doesn't look like a spot where someone would have been sitting or anything.
There's like log stools around the campfire.
Anything around them? Left on
Mostly just scraps of food, maybe from previous campers. There's like a scattered fork, spoon that might have been left behind. Just various camping odds and ends.
Can we tell how many people have been through here recently?
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I mean, it looks maybe about group of 8 to 9 individuals. If you had to guess, fairly large group.
Hold on, time out. Let me pull up my word pad. So we know that this campsite normally fits around 8 to 9 people, but no one has been here recently.
No, it does look. It looks like there was a recent, like last night, even someone was staying.
Okay.
Oh. Can we tell whether the people have left or not? Can we search for whether the people left in a group or whether they look like they're still around?
Yeah. It seems like there's a few wagon tracks from the camp that leads towards so like if you're approaching this campsite, there's that gravel road on the opposite side of it where you approached, and there's a path to the right that the road leads and a path to the left, and it looks like they headed to the right.
Which way did we approach from?
So I'd say from the south.
Okay.
So you approach from the south, you reach the camp off the path from the road, and you see the campsite, and on the opposite side is that gravel road.
And they went to the right of the gravel road, so they went, I guess, east.
After a few moments, you all start to hear a clopping noise.
Coming from where?
From the left side of the road. So coming left from the road. You get into cover?
Yeah, hide behind some bushes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would also like to look around for cover.
Okay. Go ahead, everyone make stealth checks. Or Tux, Kilvin, are you hiding?
3.
No.
No, I'm not necessarily hiding.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit at the log.
I'm gonna sit at the log. Okay.
I'll sit around Kelvin.
So, as the
Natural
noise
one.
gets louder, it becomes clear that it sounds like horses traveling on the road, and you can hear what sounds to be wagon wheels. It's kind of hard to see down the road, as there's a lot of trees kind of surrounding it.
I tell approximately how many people, or how many horses, I guess.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Don't go away, Link.
15. It sounds about like 2 horses.
It's probably one wagon, maybe 2.
So, as it gets louder and louder, you see coming into your view a black wooden stagecoach pulled by 2 horses. It looks fairly nice, and you can see a single stout, roughly middle-aged human man driving it. Pulls up.
Do we notice anyone else?
So you can see the stagecoach has a door in the center of it, and then 2 glass-paned windows. And you, looking in, you can't see anybody. So the stagecoach pulls up and stops on the road in front of the campsite. The man turns his head, kind of eyes you, Kilvin, and Tux, and looks over to you in the bush, Raidriar, and goes, so you must be the passengers I was sent for.
It's about time you showed up. Do you mind telling us exactly what we're doing here?
Well, I assume you're headed to Barovia.
Just to be clear, Barovia is the place that our characters were told to go? Okay, cool. Yeah. Yes, we are headed to Barovia. Are you the one taking us?
Yes, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Grigori.
Gregory?
Grigori.
Gregory.
Yes.
No, Grigori. There's an accent mark over the O.
Yeah. So you watch as he hops down off of his seat, and he walks over. He turns the handle on the stagecoach and opens it up, and with a wave of his hand, beckons you all in.
I go ahead and hop right on.
Yeah, as do I.
Are you heading it? So you 2 are heading in first?
Raidriar, the clumsy guy that's failing to hide behind bushes.
What?
What?
What'd you say to me?
I'm just taking note.
Yeah.
How big is the driver's seat of the carriage?
Fits about one person.
About one person?
It
About one
fits
person,
one
like-
person.
Oh, Christ. Okay, I also emerge from the bushes, make a small bow, and make like I'm going to hop into the driver's seat, but then hop into the carriage.
Okay, so Kilvin, I'll say you approached it first. As you approach, as you walk past Grigori, he looks at you and goes, "There's also refreshments. Minor refreshments in a cabinet on your right side you'll find. It's a decently long journey.
How long?
It'll be about a few days.
A few days.
But do not worry, the accommodations I think you'll find quite comfortable." And Kilvin, as you look and you can see, there's no windows on the opposite side from where you're looking. You have the two windows, one on each side of the door. Inside, you see two padded cushioned seats, two on the left, two on the right. It's fairly spacious. Seems like there's a decent amount of room. Which seat would you like to take?
I nod to the driver and hop into the right-hand side back seat.
Right-hand side
I
back
guess
seat?
the far seat, if you will.
Okay, so Kilvin climbs in.
I take my greatsword off my hips so I can actually sit down comfortably and I get in.
Okay, which seat would you like to take?
I'll sit opposite him.
How did you describe it? Is it like a regular car or like a limousine with like seats going?
So it's a stagecoach. It's like a wood-covered stagecoach.
Mm-hmm.
This baby got a V8.
So it looks something like this. Here, I'll put a picture in the general chat. But it's black, and only one of the sides has windows, the side that you're getting on.
All right, I'm gonna say that Kelvin is probably the less shady one here, so I'll just sit next to him.
Okay. Then Ren, are you following?
I hop in last and take the last seat.
Take the last seat. Okay. At this point, he goes, "It's not too bumpy of a journey." And he shuts the door, and he climbs up, and you can hear him crack the whips, and the starts to move. The stagecoach begins to move.
Nice.
Ooh, seamless.
So, what are you all doing right now?
Well, now that I'm here, hold on. I need to come up with a character voice. That's something I probably should have thought of earlier.
Kilvin looks at each person in turn, not really just looking at them in general, just kind of glossing over them, looking up and down.
So what are you guys all doing here? What brings you on this journey?
I just kind of smirk and grunt, or Ren just kind of smirks and grunts and turns away from Tux.
Tux will remember this. Hey, I never gave my name.
Hiding.
You're hiding?
What exactly are you hiding from?
Local governor, essentially. He took offense to my popularity with the townsfolk. Thought I was trying to usurp him.
I'm sorry, say that again.
He thought I was trying to usurp him.
Oh, okay.
That's because I was more popular with his own subjects than he was.
I seek the ever-burning lamp.
Ever-burning lamp, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly for?
I want to make one.
Oh. Is there a reason for this, or?
It's my life's calling.
Yeah, you ever seen oil prices recently? I mean, Jesus. Probably is more something.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, lantern oil, you know.
I'd like to ask, can I abbreviate Raidriar's name to Raid? Or did we even say our names yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
None of you have introduced yourself.
No, my name is Raidriar.
Raidriar, okay. I asked you if you were actually trying to usurp the local government.
Oh, No. Why would I?
Why would you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My friends call me Jory, if that's better for you.
Free. Okay.
I am called Kilvin.
Before I open up, Mr. Wren, I am curious why you're afraid to share.
I kind of look around furtively and try to gauge any hostility in the carriage because I'm nervous.
It
Make
sounds
a
as though we all have... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say make a perception check. Or no, make an insight check. Insight check.
Insight.
It's 6. It's pretty hard to gauge their intentions currently.
Okay. I pass off Tux's comment and say, private matters are private matters. I'm here for my own reasons.
Well, to me it seems as though you guys aren't...
Why are you here, Tux?
Yeah, it doesn't seem as though you guys have malintentions or are exactly dangerous individuals. And so, with that, you're gonna notice that I transform from a human child into a small, shy, brown-skinned, dark hair rock gnome. And I'll go ahead and say, honestly, traveling in groups like this definitely makes me nervous too, Ren, if this makes you feel any better. But I am a rock gnome that is studying in the School of Illusionary Magic. My name is Tux, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Why were you disguised?
Why should I trust you?
Are you wanted?
I'm not wanted, but I will say that being a human in these parts of towns usually gives me the benefit of the doubt from the common man.
More so than being a child.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I can't necessarily transform into an adult now, can I? I'm only 3 feet tall.
Go as a half.
Can I ask a background question real quick?
Sure.
I thought non-human species were like practically circus attractions in this content.
Yeah,
Is that still true?
that was my understanding as
No.
well.
Okay, so
Or like in the area that we're going.
but
And
you're not aware of that currently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, none of you, no one knows. Yeah, so this is a place that none of you have heard much about.
Oh,
You just
okay.
know the name, and the person somehow convinced you that this is where you want to go to help you out.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just trying to decide if I wanted to stare at the rock gnome for a while.
No, from where you come, it's fairly other non-human races are fairly common.
Okay.
For the sake of the story, I totally knew that humans were the common ones, and that's why I transformed into one.
Yeah.
Well, to
Well-
be fair, in most places in the Forgotten Realms, at least, that's true.
At this point, you kind of hear and you see a slot open up in the front of the stagecoach, and you see Grigori look in. He goes, "Feel free to help yourself to the refreshments, by the way." And he points. There's a cabinet on the front wall of the stagecoach, down by the seats.
What kind of refreshments are we talking?
You'll have to find out. Closes the slot.
I'll take a look.
Okay.
What
So
Go
you
ahead.
open it up and you can see there's a couple various breads and cheeses, and there's also at the bottom on a rack are 4 wine glasses and appears to be a bottle of wine.
I'm going to take one of the loaves of bread and start eating it.
Okay.
Happily going to indulge.
As
I
you do
will-
that, no, I'm kidding.
As you do that, you notice you've been poisoned.
I hold off and stay in my seat.
Okay.
I look down at the food and ignore it.
Okay.
So you guys don't seem to be heavy eaters, huh?
I already ate.
I did not make it. I did not trust it.
I look at Tux and kind of smirk and go, "I'm waiting to see if you die."
I'll be sure to keep you posted, Ren.
Well, A couple 30 minutes pass, you have small talk, he seems to be fine.
Okay. Then I reach and tear one of the loaves of bread in half and take a piece of the cheese as well.
Okay.
I peek out the window. Or, wait a second. Where
Okay.
exactly is he sitting, Gregory?
Well, so the slot's closed. It's like a wooden slot that he can pull open and shut. It's currently closed.
We can't pull it open? Okay, I'll just
Oh yeah,
tap.
you can. No, you can pull it open if you'd like.
I'm going to tap on the glass and open the drawer and be like, hey, how close are we? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
30 minutes.
Are we there yet?
Are
we there yet?
This all day carriage ride.
You'll have to wait quite a bit.
I start poking his shoulder. Are we there yet?
I'm gonna have to ask you. Let me do my job here.
Noted. I close the window.
Have you tried? Oh. He's like, he shrugs. You can see him out the window. He kind of shrugs his shoulders and just keeps going. A couple hours pass. It gets later in the evening.
I say,
You guys exchange small talk.
I say to Tux, so you are a child.
I didn't get to enjoy my formative years. I'll admit it. But I know that we rock gnome are typically the fun-loving kind. I hope you understand.
Not my experience. With rock gnomes. Not with not having fun.
Thanks for specifying. How often have you gotten to meet rock gnomes, Raidriar?
Here and there. I meet a lot of people.
Fair enough. I can't say I honestly got the same exposure. Not recently. I did grow up as a merchant, though. But that was mostly for humans.
You sold
Off traveling?
humans?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, of course I didn't sell humans. What about you? And I take this opportunity to nudge Rin and say, what about you? Tell me more about your past.
I give a little smirk again and say, I do sell humans. But then
I look over
give,
at him and just glance at with him in disgust and then look away.
But then I give a little smile and hopefully, internally hope that everyone knows I'm joking and say, I have had many professions, but slavery not being one of them.
I guess I'm glad to hear it.
You should be.
Okay, so a couple more hours pass as you all, like I said, exchange small talk here and there. Most of the scenery doesn't change as you travel. It seems to be you're still traveling through a forest. Probably towards around 6 o'clock, the slot slides open and Grigori looks in and goes, "So, are you all enjoying the journey so far? Is it comfortable at least, I hope?"
Do you do this often, Gregory?
For various people, although I've never seen any like you before.
What makes
Seems
us stand out?
Interesting crowd. Well, the weapons, for one.
It's
Not that I
unusual in your
mind.
country to have weapons.
Yes. It can be an interesting place. Speaking of it,
How often
you
are you
tried-
sending unequipped people into this weapon-filled town?
listen, I'm just the driver. People show up, and I take them there.
Enough
Have you
said.
tried? By the way, have you tried the wine yet? It's quite good. It comes from Barovia, actually. A little taste. Wine's very popular there.
I'll give it a sip.
Okay.
I
so
help myself to some more wine.
Okay, so you
Not a
as you
lot.
pull the bottle out, you look and you can see the title of it. It says, "Purple Grape Mash Number 3."
Purple grape mash?
Number 3.
Hold on, I should probably write that down.
Yeah, what happened to 1 and 2?
I actually asked Grigori that.
He goes, "I don't make it. I just stock it."
Who does?
Well, that would be the Wizard of the Wines. It's very popular in Barovia.
The Wizard of the Lines.
Correct.
I gotta try some of this. I take a cup and I pour some.
Okay. Do you try it?
I smell it first.
Can I roll to see how it tastes?
No.
Okay, just checking.
You don't have to roll to take a sip of a drink.
How does the wine taste? Is it good? Was he right?
Let me pull up some notes here.
It tastes metallic.
You taste it and it just tastes like a standard red wine. Just a little bitter, a little sweet.
I don't have much to compare it to.
It's all right. It's not like the best wine you've ever had, but it's not bad.
Fair enough.
It definitely satiates your thirst at the very least.
Do you have any water, Gregory?
None. Not really, no.
Okay.
I pick up a glass and start looking at it, but I don't take any wine.
Okay.
I pull out a water skin and offer it to Tux.
A what?
A water skin.
Oh, thank you, Kelvin. I gladly take it and drink. I'm fucking parched. Been on this journey for way too long.
Okay. So, a couple more hours pass. About 9 o'clock, starting to get dark. Once again, Grigori opens the window, the slot, and goes, "I'm gonna keep traveling through the night to shorten our journey, but this is a fairly safe road, so feel free to get some shut-eye."
Can I see Grigori? Like his face?
Yeah.
Does he look tired?
No, he looks perfectly awake.
What's Grigori wearing?
Just like, just standard, riding clothes.
Oh, riding clothes.
Riding clothes,
Interesting.
Tell me more about the scenery.
Cotton shirt.
Really paint
Well,
this picture for me. What are we seeing right now?
It's getting pretty dark.
Based on the currency.
It's hard to tell, but you appear to still be in the same forest. I mean, the same forest scenery. On this gravel road.
I yawn, arm outstretched, pull back open that window, and tap his shoulder and ask, "Are we there yet?"
It'll be, like I said, a while, but get some shut-eye and it'll pass the time much quicker.
Will we be there in the morning or before?
No, it'll be a little bit more into tomorrow before we arrive.
Are there any crawl spaces or anything in here for me to slide into?
No.
My 3-foot tall self? Okay.
Not really.
Fair enough.
I mean, the padded seat, you feel it's really comfortable. It definitely feels like you could fall asleep in this thing.
I'm not going to fall asleep first.
Okay.
All-nighter then, huh?
I'm tired, but I'm not falling asleep until I see others do so.
As the night goes on, I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw. Because you motherfuckers are going to fall asleep.
Alright, yeah,
I was gonna say, take off my shield and make it.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to bed, baby.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was just gonna go to bed anyway.
If I see the other two start to fall asleep, then
That's a 16, by the way.
Wait, what do you mean?
how do you do saving throws? Is that
How is it? It adds in the Constitution modifier.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know that.
Okay, so Raidriar and Ren, you both begin to slowly drift off as the boring ride kind of takes you, and you both drift off to sleep.
Cool.
Can I do a perception check to see if they actually are asleep?
I mean, they're
Can
actually
I
sleeping when they need to.
can I take a glass and put it up to their nose to make sure they're breathing?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming I can judge their sleep, so I'll go to bed too.
Yes, they are asleep.
Okay.
They are clearly asleep. Okay. So is everybody asleep at this point? Everybody
that's
falling
fine.
asleep?
I think everybody.
Okay. So,
Oh,
so
Eric
more stopped.
spontaneously disappears.
Ren,
Hmm.
being accustomed to the dangers of strangers, you didn't sleep very well through the night, and you seem to be the first one to have woken up.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Basically, however, go ahead and you don't need to make a perception check for this. You notice the interior of the stagecoach is different. The cushions that you sat on are now old and moldy and worn. The black paint on the sides of the walls is chipping, and you can clearly tell that the wood is rotting. You can see the wine bottle is spilled on the floor and the glasses are all shattered.
Even the glass in my hand.
You fell asleep, so I'm assuming
Oh,
you'd
did I
set
drop
it down. You either
okay.
set it down or...
Okay.
The windows are dirty, and you can see in the cracks there's gunk built up, and everything just looks old and dilapidated.
Okay. If everyone else is still asleep, I move quietly and carefully to try and open the door to the carriage.
Okay. As you reach out and you grab the handle, and as you turn it, the handle snaps off.
I turn around and gently turn to each person to try and wake them up before I smash the door with my shoulder.
Okay. Easily
I think
enough.
well, okay, never mind.
So I gently, like, verbally try to wake people up so as not to alarm them too badly.
All right, I wake up and I look around and say, "What the fuck happened? Rin, what'd you do?"
I said, yeah, this is definitely my fault. I take full responsibility. I will pay for the carriage.
What's
I wake
happening?
up.
Do you not know?
I have no idea.
I pinch myself.
You piss yourself?
I pinch
Pinch.
myself.
Oh, okay.
Do I
Nothing
wake up?
happened. Nope.
I go, God damn it.
Do you know what's going on?
I look out the window to Gregory.
Well, so you're gonna open the slot? Try
Yeah,
to open
it's
the
not
slot.
it's not a window, right? It's actually just a...
Yeah, it's like
okay.
a wooden slot that moves.
Sure, yeah, I open the slot.
As you grab it and try to, it doesn't open. It's stuck.
What the fuck?
Okay. Can I try to kick the door?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a athletics check.
What do our surroundings look like?
Through the glass pane windows, you can see, it looks like you're on the side of a road. It's not the same road that you remember being on, and the trees all look different. You can see that there's very thick, dense fog closely after, in the woods on the other side of the road that you can see.
What direction are we traveling?
Natural 20.
Oh boy.
You watch as Ren easily kind of winds up, cracks his knuckles and, rolls his shoulders, reels back, and you watch as he kicks, and you can tell, the wood's pretty rotted and dilapidated. The door just snaps right in half and bursts open. One of the half that wasn't attached to the hinges goes flying off, and you can see the other half kind of creakily hanging there off the side of its hinges.
Okay.
If Ren doesn't walk out, I jump out.
After he jumps out, can we get on the roof of the carriage? Is it still stable?
Well, here, so you're all getting out.
I'm getting out.
I'm going to look around before first to see if I see like people or beings anywhere.
Okay. So as you guys get out, first thing you notice, the carriage or the stagecoach looks like it's been there for years without any upkeep. The wheels are all smashed up. The seat's all torn up. There's one of the axles is split completely in half. Most of the paint's gone. The wood looks rotted and nasty. You also notice, as you get out onto this road, like I said, across you is the woods with the mist, dense mist, and the same scene is behind you on the other side of the road. Just woods and very thick, dense mist. As you get out, you can look to your right, and you actually see a wall of the same mist, kind of blocking the way down the right side of your road. You're not exactly sure what direction you're facing or in. And to the left, you can see the road leads down.
So the way that we would have came, there's fog there.
Correct.
There was not fog.
Just the way that you guys had been traveling, the road down there is not covered in fog.
Is it just supposed to, like, night?
It's odd. You can definitely tell it's daytime, but it's not bright. It seems everything is kind of dimmed or blanketed is the best way to describe it.
Would you say it's cloudy then? Like it's
It's
unnatural.
it's very unsettling. There's no clouds. You can see the sun, but it just doesn't seem right. It seems like it's a cloudy, but there's no clouds basically.
okay.
Is there anything left in Grigori's seat or anything left of the horse?
No, there's no sign of him, no sign of the horses.
Are
Nothing
there
at all.
tracks anywhere around us?
Nope.
But we can see down the road in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I try to climb on top of the carriage to get a better look down the road?
Yeah. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Don't net 1 if you're net 20.
9. Yeah, easily enough. I mean, you kind of get a couple splinters as you climb because the wood's so nasty.
Alright.
But you get on top.
Okay, so I'd like to stand and look down the road and see if I see anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, that's not perception.
That's deception.
Nice.
Where's perception? Oh, here we go.
25
You
and it
squint-
wasn't a natural 20. Do you have +6 in deception?
You squint down the road, and as far as you can see from where you're at, it just continues.
Okay. I look down to the other people and say, I don't see anything down the road. What should we do?
God damn
Nice.
it.
Kilvin squares his shoulders and just begins walking.
This is not how I wanted my day to go. I joined him, keeping an eye out.
I follow about like 4 paces behind.
Can I tell
Okay.
which, like, cardinal direction the road is going here?
Let's see. I'd say it's heading. Well, if it's gonna be heading, I need to look at the map real quick. Give me a second. I will answer your question.
Is it possible
It
to pull the map
is-
up on Curse of Strahd or not?
Well, I have the map, but you guys don't get to see it. So
No, okay, fair enough.
it's the road. You can tell from the position of the sun. You are currently heading west.
Can I, like, do some mental extrapolation based off the land that I know and see whereabouts we ought to be?
The land that you know.
Yeah, like if I know the general area and the
Okay, yeah.
land,
Make
I know where we were.
a survival check.
17.
You have no idea where you're at. This looks unfamiliar as any. Like you have no idea.
So we've
You
never seen
have
anything
not
like this
even a
environment
guess.
before.
Like,
Correct.
I was wondering,
Okay.
like, if I could, like, extrapolate that I should be at this place, but I was
No,
just
it's that alien to you that you have no guess at all.
Okay. Are we able
At
to
this
sense
point-
that there's a nearby civilization or town or anything?
At this point, you watch out of the mist, flies a swarm of ravens cawing
Jesus.
in front of you all.
dive into cover.
They kind of go down the road and they kind of land 50 feet out, and you
They
can see them.
land?
They all turn to you at the same time and just start cawing, and then they fly down the road
Away from us.
away from you.
I hop off the carriage and follow the group.
Okay, so your marching order is Kilvin, Raidriar, Tux and Ren.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys walk for almost 2 to 3 hours. Just nothing much is changing.
Do I still have the bread,
Kilvin.
or
Well,
I was eating a loaf and fell asleep with it in my hand?
when you
It's now
woke,
moldy.
you noticed all the bread and all the food, the cheese and bread were moldy and had worms in them.
Right. Okay. I eat the moldy, worm-filled bread.
Okay.
Just
you
kidding.
make a
I'm
con-
just kidding. I'm
okay.
just kidding.
So you all head down the road for a few hours. Kilvin, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
13. You stop for a moment. You sniff. You notice a god-awful stench coming from down the road.
Is it getting stronger, or is it just...
As you walk, it gets stronger, correct?
I'm keeping an eye out for those crows. Or
Ravens.
Ravens.
Can we see anything? Is it still just fog walls to the sides of us as we move down
And
the road?
actually, as you guys notice that as you walked forward, the mist behind you has actually been following you. And every time you stop, the mist stops.
Oh, good.
That's not ominous.
Like a puppy dog.
I want to actually walk backwards towards the mist a little bit.
Okay.
Does it, like, from well in front of me?
It doesn't move backwards, it stays where it's at.
Are we able to go into the mist?
And as you look in the mist, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
As I look into it?
As you look into it.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Everyone or
17.
just
Oh,
him?
thank God.
17. You manage to resist, but you can definitely feel some unnatural fear just emanating as you look in this mist. It's honestly a little terrifying just looking into it.
What'd you see, Raidriar?
Yeah, let's go the other way.
Oh man, I'm hearing some
This is
wolves too.
Yeah, you do hear a lot of, from the mist, a lot of wolves.
Yeah, I'm content to keep walking forward.
I walk a little bit faster toward the awful smell.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Go ahead and make another perception check as you move
I want
forward.
to take back my position where I was in the marching
Okay.
order.
12. Okay. You see off the road, the side of the road to the left, you see a figure on the ground.
I slowly approach.
Okay. As you get closer,
Grigori?
you see what looks to be a body. There's flies circling it, face down in the mud.
Is it roughly
Human
humanoid?
as human as you
Okay.
can tell, but it's wearing chainmail armor.
Hmm.
But it's all rusted and basically unusable. And there's a old broken longsword laying near it, and
Can I
It's
look
just face
around
up.
to try to judge what might have killed him?
one of his arms is like above his head, and that's the one that's clutching the longsword. And you see his other arm is tucked under his stomach as he lays forward.
I'd like
There's
to check
no
his
obvious
hand.
sign of damage.
No.
I'd like to go over to the body and, roll it over and check his hands or check his pockets.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Wow.
Okay, so you roll him over, and you don't, searching his pockets, you don't find anything of use, but you do see he's clutching a piece of paper.
Can I get it out of his hand without ripping it?
Mm-hmm. So you can tell the fingers kind of... It makes a really nasty noise as you kind of open them up to grab the letter. You can tell this body's been here for quite some time. And so this is where we're going to try out the handout feature.
The handout feature?
So if you go to the journal...
Oh shit. Okay.
Hey.
Neat.
So did we all get that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... I'm
Okay.
assuming are you going to read it out loud to everybody?
I was in between lying about it versus reading it, but
Okay.
that's okay. I can share it since everybody has it. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so the note spontaneously copies itself 3 times, and everyone's reading along with me, and it says, I can feel it, the mist. It drains one's stamina to the point of exhaustion. I can no longer remember how long I've been wandering, searching desperately for a way to leave this doomed place. It's clear to me now that this is where my journey ends, and I hope this last testament can serve as a warning to those unfortunate enough to find it. To those who find themselves in this dark land by way of trickery or blind foolishness, steel your will and your mind, for only death and madness can be found here in the accursed valley of Barovia. I look at the fellas around me and say, well, guys, looks like we're fucked.
Well, there's no turning back now, so I guess we have no choice but to go
Yeah.
forward.
I turn back.
The mist
No.
has been following
No,
you.
we're fine. This is okay. I want to inspect the body. How did it die?
There's no signs of physical damage. As much as you can guess, he just walked for too long and didn't have enough supplies.
Well, he said the mist drains to the point of exhaustion, but I haven't felt anything from it.
Been exhausted from walking for 3 hours, but that might not be the mist.
You don't think he might have died to the mist?
Keep
Did
in
not
mind, the
walk in the
mist is
mist.
always the mist has just surrounded you. Really, you've never been in it.
Hmm. Has the landscape been changing around us as we continue down the road?
It just seems like a road through a thick wooded area.
But we haven't noticed like it's repeating or anything, have we?
No, it has. It has not been repeating. No, it
Okay.
definitely looks different from where you started.
Hmm.
I look at the guys around me and just head back to the road.
Okay, you're gonna keep continuing down.
Have I been seeing any animals?
Other than the ravens, none so far.
Well, I keep my crossbow out just in case.
Okay.
Might have to feed these people.
I do have my tome in hand.
Okay. So, continue on for about another hour, and you come into a stretch of the road where instead of it just being sided off to the woods, it kind of goes up, and there's 2 large embankments on each side of the road. It kind of creates a little valley. That was
Wolves quiet down. I'm going to tell you what my plan is.
I yell to the wolves to
the
shut
mist
up.
is by the way, the mist is covering. The mist kind of closed on the road at this point, so it's basically covering everything but the road. But you can still tell the embankments go up.
Oh, my plan was for us to not go on the road and to instead go on the embankments. This place is great. Go first.
I,
I
for
pause
one,
for a second, draw my shield and hammer, and continue forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I draw my great sword too.
About 5 minutes into this sort of small valley, you start hearing a familiar noise of horse hooves.
horse
But it's
hooves.
faster this time, as if it's running
Hooves.
and coming
Okay.
towards you on the embankment. It sounds like it's coming from that way.
From
towards
above
the-
us?
I'm sorry.
From
From
ahead of
above.
us? Oh,
No,
oh.
yeah, from your left side. It sounds like it's approaching the edge of the embankment.
So it's coming
I wanna-
from the mist?
Yeah.
I want to hide under the left embankment.
Okay.
Like I'm a hobbit hiding from a Nazgul.
I stand and wait, facing where I think it's coming from.
Okay.
I'm hiding as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeez, I feel like if it's coming straight towards us, yeah, I guess I just hide. Yeah, I hide as well. I try to hide.
Okay. So it gets louder and louder, and there's something unnerving about the noise that it sounds more sharp than a horse is supposed to sound. Is the best way to describe it. And Kilvin, you watch as comes on the embankment a skeletal horse with a skeletal rider. It looks at you, and it looks down and sees you 3 on the embankment. And you can hear in a low, raspy voice, more poor souls. And it reaches down into a sack, pulls something out, and throws it. And it lands in front of your feet, Kilvin. And you watch as he turns his horse around and rides back off into the mist.
Am I near this?
You can see it from the bottom of the embankment, yeah.
I am moving away from it.
I asked Kelvin to pick it up.
I just look at the thing and don't even acknowledge his idea.
Okay. Make a perception check as you look at it. Okay. It glints in the sunlight, if you can call it that. And it looks to be some sort of pendant.
What's the rough shape?
Like an oval. And it's on a silver chain. It's all silver, and it's on a silver chain.
Well, Kelvin, if you're not going to pick it up, I walk over and I take up the pendant.
Okay. As you inspect it, you kind of look. It looks like it's been embossed with the image of a silver dragon.
Do I notice any... can I do an Arcana check or try to notice any magic from it?
Sure, go. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so normally if I was to inspect it, it would take a short rest, right? To inspect it for magic, but I can try to...
I believe so.
Okay. I'll just do an Arcana check. 14.
Doesn't appear to be magical from what you can tell.
Fair enough, I put it on.
Okay. Feels like a pendant. With a silver dragon embossed on it.
Sounds cool to me.
I don't like.
I mean, if he's just handing these out, I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
Legend of the Dragon is Dracula.
You think the dragon's Dracula?
Yeah, the Legend of the Dragon. That's Dracula. It's Vlad the Dragon.
I didn't know Dracula was a dragon.
That's just his name.
So, continuing down the road.
Okay. I guess I'm asking the group, but I'm also asking the DM. Do we know what exactly we saw, or who exactly we saw?
You saw what looked to be a horse that was skeletal, and with a skeletal rider. That's all you know. Is that these skeletons were moving and doing things.
Okay.
These skeletons were vibing, bro.
Yeah, basically.
Any of you guys have any ties to skeletons?
I say no, and when nothing happens to Tux, I kind of set off at a jog down the road, ready to figure out what the fuck's going on.
I just kind of shake my head at his insanity and just keep walking.
Okay.
I do.
As you continue down the road, it starts to rain.
Oh.
And thunder. A very heavy storm. Very uncomfortable to walk in. It becomes the ground beneath you becomes thick and heavy to walk in. Kilvin, go ahead and make another perception check.
Okay.
You can see in the distance through the rain a light off the side of the left-hand side of the road. It's kind of hard to gauge how far away it is, though.
Is it moving?
Nope. Still.
Okay. All right,
Tell
well,
us that you see a light.
I call back to the people behind me. I see a light ahead. Do we go or do we pass?
I think a light might lead us towards people who can answer our questions. I say we press towards the light.
I do not like the sounds of going towards the light.
Well, I say get over it, and I gently push Kelvin forward.
All right.
And I say, I'm right behind you, buddy.
I shake my head.
Who's the sneakiest of us?
Not me.
Probably pretty sneaky.
Oh, sneakiest?
All right, go for it.
Yeah, I wave tucks back for a second and say, "Let me get a little closer," and try to get closer.
Help yourself.
Okay.
And if you can't get back, hoot twice like a barn owl and once like a screech owl, and we will do what we can.
Roger. I'm
Okay,
sure
go
that
ahead.
those animals exist right here.
And there's 3 trolls. Distract them until sunlight.
Yep.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Nice.
20.
I whisper as it goes away, "That was a Hobbit reference." Did you get it?
I did.
He's very. You can see he's very light on his feet as he approaches this light. Ren, it's about only 100 feet away. It doesn't take you too long to reach it.
Okay.
As you approach it, though, what you see is sort of a iron fence that curls back into the woods with an iron gate, and there's a lantern hanging from the top, and to the left of the gate is a sign that says Durst Manor.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to process that. So I'm looking at a manor, or I'm looking at the gate
No.
to a manor.
But you're looking at a gate, and it leads down a path into the woods, where surprisingly the mist has not covered.
Oh, okay. But I don't see any people or any structures aside from the gate.
Make a perception check.
You said Durst Manor, right?
Yep.
Okay.
18. You can see, squinting, looking through the trees, what appears to be a large structure at the end of the path.
Okay.
With lights in the windows.
With lights in the window. And how can I tell how far away from it I am?
Maybe another 100, 150 feet.
Like they could hear me if I just stood up and waved the other people over?
Yeah.
Okay, so I sneak back over to the group who's hopefully still waiting together and tell them that I see a manor. Where did you go?
All right, I came back.
I tell them that I see a manor and that there are lights in the windows, and I say that we should probably try to get closer to see if there's anyone there that can get us out of the rain.
Question.
Descri-
Is there still mist like everywhere except toward the manor?
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, it's still following you, and you've actually noticed that the mist has actually appeared now right in front of where this side path leads, blocking
Okay,
the
so
rest.
basically you have to go with the manor. Okay.
There's no other
So-
option.
I mean, you can try to go through the mist.
Don't get like sucked in by fear. No, please don't. Well,
Seems like our
Killer
options are
says-
limited, so
we've been directed here. Let's just get this over with.
after you.
And I stroll through toward the gate and kick the gate open.
Okay. Opens up, no problem. As you all follow this small gravel path, it brings you to a small little hamlet with a large manor in the center. There is what looks to be a stable to the left of the manor, and a servant's home to the right. And you hear a soft whimpering.
Did you get my message, Snow?
Yes, I did get your message. And you follow the noise, and you can see on the doorstep of the manor, on the stone portico, are two
Portico?
young children. Portico, yeah.
What's a portico?
Like a porch.
On the second level.
In front of the doorway to the manor are two small children, a young girl and a whimpering young boy.
Oh.
This is
They seem
inside
to
the
be
manor,
just-
right, or outside?
No, outside in front of the door, inward. And they seem to be watching you all.
Slowly.
I
Somebody else.
so before I'm within eye shot of the kids, can I cast disguise self?
Mhm.
Okay, I want to transform into a human child,
Okay.
and as a child, I put a skateboard behind my back and I say, "How do you do, fellow kids?"
Oh my god.
And I approach the children and I ask, "Hey guys, what's the matter?"
You can see the younger boy seems to be crying softly, and the still young but older girl turns and shushes him and goes, "There's a monster in our house," and points inwards.
Where in your house?
Can I judge to make sure these kids aren't lying to me?
Roll an insight check. She appears to be completely honest.
I
Where
ask.
in this house?
Well, I ask her where her family is.
Well, our parents keep the monster in the basement,
Oh God.
and they went down there and they never came back. And our baby brother Walter's on the 3rd floor,
Oh
but
God.
we're too afraid to go in and get him out.
What sort of monster?
I'm not sure, but we've heard it howl before. It's a terrible, terrible noise. I'm not going back in there till it's gone. Neither is.
I turn my back to the kids and transform back into a rock gnome, and I say, "It sounds like we've got no choice but to help them out."
Okay, why would you freak out with that?
Do what?
Why would you freak him out with that?
As you,
Who cares? They're not lying
Ren,
to us.
being in the back, you notice that at this point the mist has actually come to surround the manor.
Still see the servant's hut place.
Yeah.
I'd like to go check that out.
Okay.
So I walk up to the servant's hut or whatever structure. Can I tell anything about it?
It looks abandoned.
Okay. Can I open the front door and try to go inside?
This
Very
looks
nice.
like a simple servant's quarters. A couple beds, table, and looks to be an area that you could cook food over a fire.
Does it look as old as the carriage did, or does it look like it's been recently used?
It looks as old as the carriage, basically.
Okay.
It's very contrast to the manor that looks like it's been well kept.
Weird. So I shout over to the group that there's nothing here.
I nod and turn towards the manor and stride forward.
I pat
Okay.
Kelvin on the back as he goes.
Okay.
You're a brave
Um,
man, Kelvin. Get in there.
At this point, so the children kind of step aside to let you walk up. At this point, we'll go to roll 20 and we'll use our first maps.
Oh, shit.
I have a crippling sense of deja vu.
Can we take like a quick 2-minute break while I go to the bathroom?
Yep.
Okay, be right back.
I just want to make sure. Are you guys in here and can see everything?
Yeah.
Correctly.
Well, it's
It's black.
See a black
The
It
box.
is
giant-
black.
War.
character
You don't-
menu overrides the entire
Oh, wait,
map.
no. I see stuff at the bottom.
Aha!
Yeah, you're gonna have to kind of resize things and stuff.
Look out! Why am I?
Oh, there it is. Hello.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh boy. That's...
Okay, so I'm gonna ask that you all use the arrow keys to move because we'll make it a little bit easier. You shouldn't be able to move through walls. Anything you see like this, that's like this white, like little area, that's a doorway that you approach.
Use the arrow keys. What do you mean? Come on.
So if you click on your token and use your arrow keys, you should be able to move.
I can still drag it, but I can't. There we go.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How about vertical movement?
Well, you can't. So that's a wall.
Okay, but
You're
I
trying
can't
to move.
climb. I can't climb walls.
You can attempt.
Okay.
Wait,
So
what?
they said that their brother is on the 3rd floor and the monster is in the house.
In the basement.
Basement? Yeah.
Do they think the monster is
They're
still in the basement?
As when that's what they think. That's yeah. They
Okay.
believe it's
I doubt it's still in the basement.
but we'll wait till Nathan gets back and we'll open the first door here.
That to the left or the right?
Keep in mind too that those of you who have night vision or dark vision, so Tux and Kilvin, you can see more then Ren, like it actually is.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
Oh, I'm actually
simulates-
able to see more?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, this is cool!
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like that. Did you have to pay for this feature?
Yeah, but it's only $5 a month, and I use it for other things. So another thing.
So we're assuming
I have
everything
it-
outside of this map right now is in mist, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
For performance reasons, I turned on the setting that the lighting's only going to update when you stop moving.
Okay, I noticed
It's
that.
not going to constantly update, because I could turn that on that it constantly updates, but everybody would lag the fuck out.
Yeah, that's
So
Makes sense.
okay. So
Okay, well, I'm back.
here
Oh,
is
so
the
this is
stone
where I'm at is outside. I take it.
Yep.
So what's this to the right of us? Is this a wall?
No, it's just the outside
so-
of the manor.
No. So there's actually like on this one map are the different floors of the house and over there's like the other floor.
Okay.
Then I'll move you guys over there as you move throughout the place.
I see, okay.
So this is the front door, so I should line up like this because I'm.
Because I can. Nico's like, are you
Oh my
fucking
God.
kidding?
Oh.
Can I tell them?
No.
Okay. Maybe after this, I will.
Can't move forward.
Okay, let me...
Okay.
I just realized I
So-
used a spell, so let me take that off.
Open this first door here.
Oh, you have to open it.
So, in here, hanging on the so is a small foyer. You see on the wall is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, with on it a stylized golden windmill on a red field.
Gotcha.
A shield
Flank-
with a stylized... I'm sorry, go on.
A stylized golden windmill on a red field.
Okay.
Dutch.
Flanked by the coat of arms is flanked by framed portraits of various aristocrats. Two of them look very familiar.
It's the children.
Yes, it is the children.
Do I see a smaller child?
Yes, there is
In the picture, I see.
a,
Okay.
a baby, and then a well-to-do looking human man and woman.
Hmm.
Is the next door open, or is that a set of stairs?
So this next door is you can see it's a set of mahogany doors.
Okay.
Would you like to open it?
I looked to see if all the others are here. I see that Tux's notice was missing.
I mean, I assume the door was open, but yeah, I'm here.
Okay. And then I turn.
Wait, do we have like a lantern or
There's on your own.
do we have a torch, or are we carrying like the regular adventure packs? Like, could I light a torch right now?
Well, you were supposed? Oh, I never talked to you about your starting equipment, did I?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. That's fine.
I have a torch. Can I light it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to light it?
I light the torch.
Then I have to edit. Let me edit your thing real quick. Just keep in mind you'll be one-handing whatever weapon you're using.
I know.
So there, it should have gone brighter for you.
Soon it get brighter forever. No, I'm gonna make it work like that.
As I explore the system more, it'll probably be better. But
Is the floor wood?
yeah. Let me look here. Let me pull up. I gotta find these notes here about the house. Okay. Wooden floors. Yes, it is wooden floors throughout.
I temporarily touch the torch to the wood floor. Does it start to catch, or am I safe to drop it?
It starts to catch.
Okay. Shit.
Okay, well,
What the hell are you doing?
making sure we
I can
don't go up
drop
in
my torch
flames.
In a panic.
Noted.
The sword isn't for show. I use it
Alright.
to kill things.
I'm ready to move on.
So go ahead and move in. Should be able to
Okay.
move in now.
Nope,
Cool,
I
is
just
that
put it
someone's
myself on
torch?
board. That's cool. Alright,
So-
Got a lot,
let's see,
it got a lot
staircase
brighter.
and-
Is that someone's torch?
Yep. So
Yeah,
you
it's
see a wide hall here that runs the width of the manor. There's a black marble fireplace right here. And then there's a red marble staircase that leads up.
Is there
Above,
food? Sorry.
mounted above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into its hilt. And you can see the walls are all wood paneled with and ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs.
Does the sword looks like it's in good repair?
Yeah, it looks like it's fairly nice.
Can I take the longsword off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll temporarily use that in place of the longsword.
You mean greatsword?
Greatsword. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let it cheat to have a longsword, don't you worry, buddy.
Is the fireplace lit, or is there any wood inside of it?
It's lit. With some
Hell
logs.
yeah, it's lit. Just kidding. Can I go back into this room actually and grab the shield?
It's a coat of, yeah.
Oh, you said it was a coat of armor?
Well, no, yeah, it is a shield. It's a shield with that coat of arms on it.
Coat of arms, okay.
It's like a decorative shield.
Yeah.
So it's not going to protect me?
I mean,
No,
a sword's
it's
probably
still a
decorative
shield.
sword.
It's still a shield.
You might get one good hit.
As a
Two.
wizard, am I able to like have a shield in one hand and a tome in the other?
No. You're not proficient with shields, I believe.
Well, you can still use the shield, but you suffer the disadvantages that you get from wearing
Yeah,
armor.
I think it's actually, isn't it two-handed for him? Because he's also small.
No, it's just a shield.
Okay, well, and if like it's just
You
a
can
less
keep it on your
efficient
person.
shield, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shield.
Can we tell anything else about the people that lived here from this room?
No, it just looks like a main hall.
Okay.
So you can see there's a door here. Yeah, basically anywhere there's those green or those white sort of
Okay. Can we peek through does the door have a keyhole? Can we see?
No, it just looks like a handle, a normal handle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
I back off because I'm definitely not going to go first in any of these situations.
I look around, see that the door is that Raiden had trouble with the door, so I head up the stairs.
Yeah,
You're gonna
we know that the beast came from the basement, so if we're gonna just explore this place, we may as well start upstairs. That sounds like the safest
Well,
place.
let's go for the kid. Let's see if we can get out of here without seeing the monster.
We're gonna have to go down for the parents eventually, right?
No, they're dead.
Fuck those parents.
Okay, deal. Let's
Nobody
go.
likes their parents.
Okay. Give me a second then. Let me move you all here. So just stop moving for a second.
Yep, I'll just there. Separate.
I'll walk up the stairs. So
I want to.
you see that there's oil lamps mounted along the walls that are lit, lighting up the area. There's another fireplace at the end, and hanging above the mantelpiece is a wooden framed portrait of the Durst family.
Is it possible for me to take one of these lanterns off the wall?
It's too high, you can't reach it.
Can I use my greatsword to try to lift it off its hook or something?
I knew that was going to happen.
Sure, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Make athletics. Let's do athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of wiggle with it. It kind of falls off and clanks on the ground, and just a lit oil lamp.
Can I put that on my belt and snuff out the torch?
Sure.
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect.
But in the portrait, you see what appears to be two parents with the two children you had met, and the father seems to be holding a swaddled child.
Cool.
Is there any
Okay.
plaques or anything, any sort of text anywhere?
No, but you do see there's 4 suits of armor here, each with wolves' heads in the place of like shaped wolves' heads for helmets. And they're clutching spears.
I go ahead.
I don't like the sound of that.
I proceed. These are doors, right? On the top and bottom.
I'm gonna knock over all 4 suits of armor.
Okay.
Okay.
They just fall on the ground.
They come alive.
That's what I'm worried about. I want to at least buy us time
Yeah.
to repair themselves or something. That's all I'm open for.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You see, on the doors, are carved like dancing youths.
Youths?
Youths. Yep.
Are either of the doors locked? Let's deal with that.
These are both doors to the top and bottom, right?
They don't feel locked.
Like these are.
Well, I don't like the
Well,
sound
so
of that.
these stairs do continue up. Like it's like a spiral
Yeah.
stair.
This is the 2nd floor.
Yep.
I want to go to the 3rd floor because that's where the kid's supposed to be.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna open up one of these doors.
The bottom one there.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay. As you get closer, you notice that originally you thought that the carvings were people dancing. You actually see now that it's people fighting off bats.
I
Okay.
looked up, are there bats? I
Oh,
looked up, are there bats on the
Nope.
ceiling?
Okay, I was gonna say I duck before I open the door, but
Oh, you open the door and nothing appears to happen.
okay.
When I hear him open the door, I turn around and head back down the stairs.
I'll
Back
take a step.
down the. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I investigate this area for anything useful? Anything of value?
Yeah. So, in here it appears to be sort of like a little performance hall. There's a piano, and there's a harp by the fireplaces.
Okay.
As you kind of expect the room, as you approach the piano, you start to hear a whimpering noise.
Okay. I go look underneath the piano.
As you look under, here, move your token, please.
Oh, okay.
You
Further?
see, that's good. You see a dog.
Ugh.
Black dog.
I
Looks
don't like
frightened.
animals.
It looks frightened.
It sounds frightened.
Just kind of whimpering and eyes you.
Okay. I grow bored and I leave the room.
What does the dog look like?
It looks like just like a black, sort of like a mastiff. It's a fairly
Oh, boy.
large-sized dog,
I don't
but
like that.
it looks afraid. It's not.
What color are its eyes?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy. Don't like the sounds of that. Oh, bash.
Its eyes are green. You do notice that it looks like it has a collar on it with a name tag.
I peer at the name tag.
You can't tell from here what it says.
I'm going to try to calm them down.
Make a animal handling check.
Oof.
6.
Oh, and that 20 other one.
As
I think
it
I
kind
got
of
a 4.
as you approach it, just reach your hand out. It doesn't growl, but it kind of just backs off a bit more.
I hold out one of my rations. Well, actually, my only rations. Break off a piece and I hand it out to him.
At that point, the dog goes and it sniffs your hand and eats it out of your hand and starts to, and its tail starts wagging and it's looking at you pretty happily.
Good boy.
While that's happening, I open this door.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Why are you like this?
Thanks.
Give me a second.
They said the monster was in the basement. Everything else is fair game.
I feel like they said the
They're
monster
so
was in the basement.
Not to mention, I bet it's the kids.
I'll stealthily take a step inside.
Okay, so in it appears to be a library. Red velvet drapes cover the windows of this room. An exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high bank chair face the entrance in the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to more easily reach the high shelves.
Okay.
Okay, so while Tux is off doing his own thing, I ask Kilvin if he can read the dog's name tag now.
Oh, I step forward closer to the dog and check at the tag.
Okay, it says Lancelot.
Okay.
Cute.
It seems like a fairly happy dog.
Noticing that Tux is missing, I make sure the dog is okay with. I'm sorry, Raidriar. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then walk into the other room, looking for Tux again.
While this is all
And-
going on, I want to take a look at this bookshelf to see if any books stand out. Any titles
Okay,
specifically, like any books
Make
slang
a-
out.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Of course.
Oh, the wizard wants books.
A perception, right?
No, investigation's probably a better one. Do investigation.
Same
That's
thing.
my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. As you search through the books, nothing catches your eye until you come to a red-spined book. It catches your eye because in gold, the titling says, The History of Tux.
What? I take the book.
Okay?
Oh
As
my.
you... Are you opening it?
Yeah.
You open it, and you go through it, and as you flip through it, you notice that this book perfectly accurately describes your life. As you read it, you continue. You notice that you get to a point where it says Tux approaches a campsite, and it starts recounting all the information that's occurred in the past day and a half.
Guys, I don't think I trust this Durst family anymore. Can I
As
look
you-
around?
As you continue the read, you get to towards the end of the book. You see, Tux pulled the book down off the shelf and began to read,
Jesus.
unaware of the creature that watched him from the shadows.
I
Slowly, the beast began to creep forward, and you see it cuts off there, and there's a blood stain on the page.
I check to see where the fucking shadow's going from.
You turn around, you don't see anything. And when you turn around and look at the book, it's completely empty.
I look around for the history of Ren or Raidriar.
Raidriar.
You find nothing. Nothing like
The
it.
book is still in my hand, right? Every
Yep, but
page
it's
is blank.
complete- It's blank, the cover's blank, the title's blank.
Did any of us see the text in his hands, or did we
No.
not?
This was,
Okay.
he was kind of doing this on his own.
Well,
I put the book in my bag.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Well, let's do it.
And
while he's freaking out for no reason, I'd like to go over to the desk.
Whenever
you go-
sorry.
So you go to the desk. So on the desk, you see there's an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, a letter kit containing a red wax candle, 4 blank sheets of parchment, and a wooden seal, which you assume to be the insignia of the Durst family.
Is it a windmill?
Yes, it is a windmill. Are you searching? Are you searching the desk?
I pick up the seal and put it in my pocket, and then I'd like to search the desk.
Okay, so you open the desk drawer, and there's nothing in it, but there is an iron key.
Cool beans.
knowing that there's a creature lurking in the shadows, I stay very close to the man with the lantern.
Okay.
Is there anything else in this room, like on the walls?
Give me a
There's
second.
the same thing above the fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah. So you notice that there's drapes covering the windows,
Mhm.
and there's a brass plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling, and there's a stained glass wall, that depict beautiful men and women and children singing and playing instruments.
What kind of instruments?
Various instruments, harps.
Very
Are there
instruments.
are there any bats?
Nope.
Um,
It just looks like a normal stained glass image.
What about the piano?
You don't find any. Go ahead and make an investigation check. I need to get
Oh.
better. Yeah.
I'm not gonna find anything, am
No.
I?
No. You're not.
Even with an 8? Even with an 8, my god.
You found a
Okay.
spider web.
This seems to be enchanted. It plays sounds when you hit the buttons. Oh, I want to undo the blinds.
Okay. I head up the stairs.
Widen.
Heading up the stairs.
Mhm.
What
I
was
watch
that you
Raidriar
wanted?
mess with the blinds for some reason.
Yeah, I undo the shades on the windows.
Okay,
That's some light in here.
you can see it. Well, it's dark outside at this point. It's raining and thundering still.
Well, nevertheless. So nothing else in here
Nope.
that I can see. Okay, I follow them down or up wherever they went.
Are we bringing the dog or leaving it behind?
Yeah, I want to bring Lancelot. We already checked this room, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Tux
Anything
found
on-
his biography.
Anything on the wall besides books.
Yeah, I no longer have any warm feelings towards this Durst family.
Are you gonna search anything else, Raidriar?
Is there anything else on the walls here besides like books?
There are more books if you want to search through those.
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. 7.
7. Okay, you don't find anything.
I hate libraries. I leave.
Why does Raidriar not have an HP bar?
You should. Oh, because I need to change it so that you can. Or you should be able to see it.
I can see
Oh,
everyone
visible to
those.
everyone. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, now you can see all 12 of my-
Raidriar, you notice at this point the dog is following you.
Good boy. Who's a
Set
good
up-
boy? Do you
set
smell
up-
anything, boy? Are there any secret entrances as you know about, boy?
The dog moves into the library.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You see, it moves to the end of the bookshelves here, and it's like sniffing one of the books.
Is this where it keeps its bowl? Did you say something, boy?
You see,
Come
it's
on,
like
boy.
barking. It's like barking at the side of this bookshelf here.
Oh, what's he barking
Uh,
at?
make
If
make
it's
a
not
perception.
found a secret entrance. I'm gonna
Go
scream.
ahead and make a perception check at advantage.
I feel like you want me to find something here. 12.
Really? Give me a second.
Oh boy. Need like
Okay.
a tea.
You just got it. You just got it. So you look, and you see out of place. It doesn't seem like a book, so you reach in, and it seems to be like a lever hidden in the bookshelf that you pull, and you hear. And behind you, you watch as this bookshelf moves to reveal. Yeah, hidden.
Nope. Scatter. What's in here? What do I see?
So, you see more bookshelves on the left and right, and at the end you see a chest. At the end you see a wooden chest, and it has like clawed iron feet on it, and its lid is half closed, and sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor.
God damn it. The chest has feet and it appears to have eaten someone? No. No. Goodbye.
I close off Raidriar and tell him to go in.
You see that? And I point at the chest.
I say, you know what? Maybe you've got a point, and I start walking away.
You see
shoot my crossbow at the chest.
nothing happens. Seems like a
I
normal chest.
reload and I do it again.
Nothing happens.
At this point, I walk in front of Raidriar and take the leather armor off the skeleton.
Well, okay, so
Oh,
go ahead
Oh.
and make a perception check.
Sure.
Ooh.
That's not good.
So you kind of inspect the skeleton in a little bit, and can in sort of the person's rib cage, you see 3 darts sticking out. It seems like and looking at the chest, it seems like it was trapped at one point, and this poor soul opened and activated the trap.
Can I inspect for traps?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
As soon as I can find it. There we go.
Okay. So looking around this room, looking on the bookshelves, you notice that the bookshelves are packed with tomes that describe like fiend summoning rituals and necromancy rituals.
Can I take one of the tomes?
From a place called a cult, rituals of a cult called the Priests of Osibis.
Hold on. Can I take one of the maybe easier to understand tomes? Like Necromancy
Sure.
for Beginners?
Well, so these are all rituals. Do you want to inspect the book?
Yeah, I'll expect one.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Nice.
So, flipping through these pages, as someone who knows magic at a basic starting level, it's clear that these rituals are completely fucking bogus.
Oh.
Like, you look, nothing seems right to you. You highly doubt they would work.
Okay. With the book, I toss it back to Raidriar and tell him, here, maybe you can go and try to summon your balls. And then I go over to the leather armor, and I do try to take it off of the skeleton.
So, okay, you easily remove it.
Sweet. I'm taking the shit with me.
But you notice that there's actually a letter clutched in the hand of the adventurer.
Can I take it and read it aloud to the group?
Yep, and I will release the next handout. Should see it.
My most pathetic servant, I am not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I have not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However many souls you have led on your hidden altar, however many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon, know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. You say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, and seared a bastard son. Cursed by darkness? Of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness? I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master, Strahd von Zarvrich. Okay.
Said, sired, like you seared the bastard son like a steak.
Yes, I did do that.
Dude, well done.
Yeah, that's
Are you searching the chest, by the way?
I thought there was just a skeleton in the chest. Sure,
I
will search the chest.
Okay, so in the
I'll
chest,
dump the skeleton out of the chest.
You find 3 blank books with black leather covers, each worth 25 gold.
Okay.
You find 3 spell scrolls. Bless, Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon. You also find the deed to the house. You find the deed to a windmill. And a signed will.
Can I inspect the will? Who's this?
Yep.
Is the will of this place to Strahd?
So you see the will is signed by 2 individuals, Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
Okay.
And it bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their parents' deaths.
Okay. Interesting. Now I'm not sure I trust the kids. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pocket this stuff.
Okay.
And then I guess I explained to the group what I saw. I can't leave this room. There we go. Okay. I explained to the group what I found in there. Does this mean anything to you guys?
Nope.
No. What
Bad
is it?
things.
It sounds to me like these kids might have let that beast out. But why would they send us in here, right? Am I crazy?
Doesn't sound like that to me.
I hate kids, so I'm on your side.
Okay, well,
Okay.
if that's all that's to be said, then I guess I just follow Kelvin up the stairs.
Okay. Don't move right away. Alright,
Okay.
so you all head off the stairs.
Oh, hello.
Whee!
So, okay, now you're free to move. You do see, though, before you, right here, is a suit of black plate armor with cobwebs covered all over it. And Kilvin, as you approach it, it reaches out and pushes you. I
Oh.
need you to make a athletics check. While I pull...
Not an athletic saving throw? Oh, just kidding, there isn't one. Never mind.
What did you get?
12.
12? It seems like the armor is reaching out, trying to push you over the balcony, because keep in mind, this is a spiral staircase, so it goes all the way to the bottom floor. But you managed to just barely push it back, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Ooh, how do you do that?
Natural 1, baby.
Nice.
4.
Okay. So we have Kilvin with 7, Raidriar with 4, Ren with 21, Tux with 2. Okay, Ren, it's your turn. So, combat. You can move 30 feet. Each square is 5 feet, so you can move up to 6 squares. And let me... Oh, this is kind of important.
How do attacks of
Here we go.
opportunity work?
Attacks of opportunity work if you move outside of an enemy's range, melee range. After being in it, they get to attack you.
Okay, so like for instance, I could move like up 1 and to the left 1, and it would not create an
Correct.
AOO. Okay.
Correct.
Huh.
And
Okay. I will. I think. Maybe my spells real quick.
So, are we turn-based now? Is that what the initiative tells us?
Yeah, so you're
Yep.
going first.
Okay, so I would like to throw a dagger at it, at the suit of armor's head.
okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
No accuracy or anything?
Is it different, an attack roll for the dagger as like a slashy weapon versus a dagger throwing it?
No, it's the same attack roll. Okay,
Okay.
20, that hits, so go ahead and roll damage, so click on the dagger button. 7 damage. Nice.
We can't
Okay.
see his health. Or no. See?
Nope.
Or, okay.
Nope. So you watch the dagger flies and impacts into its shoulder. So on your turn, you can move and you can take an action.
Okay.
Also, as a rogue, okay, when you attack a target that's within 5 feet of an ally, you get sneak attack.
Okay.
So you get an extra d6 of damage.
Oh, okay. I'll remember.
So go ahead and if there should be a dice roller on the left, and then you should be able to click on the d6, and it should roll another d6.
Dice roll. That.
Yep. So 4 extra damage,
Nice.
and you can do
So-
that once. You can do that once a turn.
So it. Sorry, just to clarify, it means since Kilvin is close to the monster, I get sneak attack. I don't
Yep.
have to be close to the monster.
Yep.
Gotcha.
You also get sneak attack if you have advantage on an attack roll against something, or if you attack while like you're hidden.
Gotcha.
Also, so you can, even though you attacked, you can still use your entire movement if you'd like.
I think I'm good to stay where I am.
Yep. Also, allies can move through you, no problem, so you don't have to worry about that.
Super.
Okay.
Pass.
Yep. So that brings us to the animated armor. Who's going to make who's going to make a shove attack against you, Kilvin?
Okay.
So go ahead and roll another athletics check.
Oh boy.
What'd you roll?
6.
6. You see that dagger kind of staggered it a little bit, and even you, off kilter from that first push, still managed to hold it back. But then you see after it pushes you, it's swinging another one of its arms around, and hits you with a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you got lucky. It deals. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay. Kilvin, you're up.
Okay. I guess just swing the warhammer. Well, actually, let me move here.
Okay.
And then I will swing a warhammer.
Okay.
And how do I roll? Just a d20, or?
So go to your character sheet and click on Warhammer, and it'll roll the Warhammer.
Oh, okay.
So 15. So you swing the Warhammer, and king, it hits the armor, but it seems to be a pretty sturdy piece of armor. It doesn't seem that hit dealt any damage.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, Raidriar, it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to push past Tux and Ren, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Then I'm going to do a greatsword attack.
Okay. And because you're flanking, you get advantage.
I thought you had the longsword
yeah,
equipped right now.
No,
He got the oil lamp.
The oil lamp's like a two-hand like greatsword again.
Oh, okay.
So 19 to hit.
Yep. 19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, 13 damage.
13. That is quite a blow.
Yep.
Okay, Tux, your turn.
All right. I want to go ahead and just cast Firebolt from where I'm standing.
Okay. Go ahead and make
Wait.
a spell attack.
Okay.
Away from danger.
Oh boy. This is gonna... Don't hit us, please.
Remember, we're in a house that caught fire when you touched a torch to it.
You'll be fine.
Don't miss, either.
Hey.
23,
Yep,
baby.
that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, I'm looking up what Firebolt damage is, since I
Think it's...
forgot to write it down. It's 1d10. So do I just write rolling 1d10?
On the left-hand side where you see all the tools at, there's like a little, looks like a d20. If you scroll over that, there's a bunch of buttons for dice.
On my character sheet?
No, it's on like the main page.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
where,
okay.
like,
Yeah. Okay, I see it.
So in case there's ever a dice that you don't have on your sheet, 5 damage.
And then I end my turn.
Okay. Okay. Ren, it's your turn again.
Okay. Let's see.
By the way, there is ambience for the house, but it's really quiet compared to the other ones. You can't.
We're not listening to chanting. I was going to ask on my turn if I can see where the chanting's coming from.
I move 5, 10, and swing my short sword at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll a short sword attack. Natural 20, my
Baby.
god. So when you roll a natural 20, you double all the dice. So if you roll, so roll 20 will automatically do the critical if you click on short sword. So yeah, so 10 damage. How do you want to do this? So basically when I say that means you killed the thing. How do you want to kill it?
I had sided up to Raidriar while the suit of armor was looking at Kilvin, and I slid my short sword underneath its helmet and thrust up as hard as I could.
Okay, and with that, you watch him as he slides in and thrusts up. Pop! The armor, the helmet flies off, and you watch as the rest of the armor crumples onto the ground.
So this literally was an animated suit of armor, right?
Correct.
Cool.
I will whisk that away.
I turn to the group and go, I got dibs on drops.
Knock yourself
What kind
out.
of armor is this?
The metal kind.
It just looks like a black plate armor, but you notice that after you defeat it, it starts to rust and become very damp.
Okay, yeah.
Now that you've kind of get a better look after the fight, you can see that there's more oak paneling on the walls, and in it are carved woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny critters.
Critters.
Are there any
Can I-
bats?
Make a perception check. As you kind of inspect it to see if you see more bats like the door, you notice in the background that there's tiny corpses hanging from the trees and there's worms bursting up from the ground.
Charming.
So all of these images so far have been pretty charming until we get close up, right?
So far.
That's telling.
Can I go ahead and use an action to cast Cure Wounds on myself?
Yeah, go ahead. Just make sure you mark the spell slot off. If we're out of combat, you don't have to say you use an action. You just be like, I use Cure
Okay,
Wounds.
gotcha.
Just make sure you mark off the spell slot. For Cure Wounds, you don't have to make a spell attack. Look up Cure Wounds, right?
It's like 1d8 plus my spell modifier. So 3.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Let's roll a d8.
Yep, so D8 and then add 3. Nice.
Cool. All right, fully hit.
Not to metagame, but how many spells do you have?
3.
Okay.
Plus 3 cantrips, so technically 6.
Okay.
Well, you can cast cantrips as many times as you want in a day.
Right. Yeah, so it's like better spells. Just not that strong comparatively.
Right. I guess I was asking how many spell slots do you have? Like how many times can you
3
cast?
spell slots.
Okay.
3. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, I guess there's nothing left to inspect from this fallen enemy, right?
As far as you can tell now.
Okay.
Now, okay, so it's 8 o'clock. Do we want to keep going, or do we want to stop here?
I'm assuming there's like kind of a big bad coming up shortly.
Not sure. This is a fairly decently long.
Was I able to recover the bolts when I shot him with the chest?
Oh yeah, you got those
That's a
easily,
lot.
and then Ren, you got your dagger back that you threw.
Thank you.
I think this is a good.
There's a lot more to this.
I think this is a
I
good
need to go to
dramatic
bed soon,
point.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go ahead and stop here. It was interesting, that's for sure.
Well done, Mr. DM.